Let's bring on Voodoo Forge. Now, if you're anything like me, you do not have enough angle grinders. So if you get an opportunity to get some decent angle grinders cheap, you do it. Well, I was at the Tractor Supply today and I noticed they had these 2 for $99. I am not a DeWalt fan. It is September 30th right now. And I went ahead, set the lock. I went ahead and got them. They got a paddle switch. I don't like angle grinders that don't have a paddle switch. So I went ahead and got 2 of these, and I'm going to use them for a while, and then I'm going to tell you about them. But I'm going to show you the, I guess, the unboxing of one of them and what all comes with it. Okay, here's the big box, and this came with 2 of these inside of it. And here is what you get. That's a pretty beefy box for what that's worth, which is nothing. Got that funky DeWalt plug. And instruction manual. Okay, so it comes with a DeWalt stone for grinding. Do not use for cutting. I use it for what I want to. I'm not going to use it on this grinder. I think I'm going to put a flat disc on this one. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. Just to test them, I'll do a flat disc. So, put a, what is this one? This is, should be able to just look at this side and tell this is a 60 grit. Put a 60 grit on here. Now this is interesting. I've never seen this before. It didn't come with a spanner. It came with an Allen wrench. And I guess what you do is you take this and you put it out there. That one's off. Okay, so it's not all of them, just half of the holes are octagonal. Now you stick it in there, and so that's interesting tightening and loosening. But you know, this daggum thing, I mean, it doesn't have a hole in it. I can't hang it on anything. I can't attach it to my cord. So something's gonna have to be done about that. I think what I'll do is I'll throw this in the forge and forge that out and put a little loop in it, so I can at least hang it up or attach it to my cord like I do all of them. The guard is weird on this. Yeah, I normally throw these guards away. Oh boy. What have I done? You know what, the other one's put together. We'll get it out. I think I got to take the wheel off that one, but I'll put another 120 grain flapper on this one. We'll throw those on the rack. But I mean, it doesn't feel bad. And like I said, I'm not a DeWalt fan. I've never been as enamored with DeWalt. When they were really the only game in town with cordless tools, you know, you had those old Makitas that took those insert batteries, and then the DeWalts came out, and everybody loved them. And I spent a lot of money at the time. I can't remember how much it was, but I spent a lot of money on some of those drills, and they weren't worth. They didn't last till the water got hot. And I've been turned off by DeWalt since then. Well, and I had a DeWalt circular saw, and it didn't last long. So I've never been hot for DeWalt. But we'll give them a shot. It's got a paddle switch. Yeah, I like a paddle switch. The lock is awkward to lock it on, but seems to come off easy enough. Let's see how it feels running. Okay, that Metabo that I got recently is also a 7 amp. I think these are these. This is 7.5 amp. At Metabo, well, when you crank it's really got some torque to it. So time will tell, but I'll use these for about a month, and then I'll tell you what I think of them. I've been using these DeWalt angle grinders for several months now, and for the most part, they're fine. They work just fine. They've got plenty of power. They're not too heavy. I hadn't had any major troubles out of them. Now that does not mean that they are without flaw. There are a couple of things that I would like to see different about them. First of all, the Allen wrench to take the disc off hasn't really worked out. My intention was to take both of them and forge a loop in the end and attach it to my cord like I do all my other spanners, but I didn't get that done before I misplaced them. They're here somewhere, but God only knows, because they're small, black. Well, they're not, they're 6-7 inch long black Allen wrenches. So fortunately, I've just been using flap disc and regular grinding disc on here, so I can take them off by hand and put them on by hand. But that, I'm sure they're saving money with that part, but it's just, I can't keep up with it. So I don't know, maybe that's on me. No, it's not, it's on them. Put a real spanner with the stinking thing. Another thing is this, getting used to using this paddle was a little, because it's such a small one. Took a little while, especially with gloves on, but once I got it, I could get it on, quick and use it and not have any problems. The only real functional, physical thing that I don't like about these is I wish that the paddle was further back on the angle grinder, like on this Milwaukee or this Makita or Metabo. You can see that the switch is further back, so you're holding the angle grinder a little further back, and that's where the stress is on your hands, and that would make it a little easier for me. I'm sure that, if I'd been using this type longer, I would be used to this, but it kind of just throws the balance off and makes them a little more difficult to use. But overall, and this is hard for me to say because I've, always had a little prejudice towards DeWalt, but they earned it. But they've worked out good. Now, because of the balance issue, and also I probably need some grinders in the shop with the guards on, I'm going to leave the guards on these. So these will be my safe grinders when I have somebody helping me, or if anybody who is important ever comes to the shop, those are the grinders I'll use in front of them. And I've got the handles on them too, which is pretty rare for me for grinders. Most of my grinders look like this, and because, you know, it's just easier to use them. I know it's not safe. I don't recommend you take all the safety features off, but it's easier to do what I do without the safety features. So there we have it. Well, y'all, real quick before we head on out, Jewel wanted me to point out that when she was using this one with the stone on it, that the handle vibrated more than she liked. But she also complained about the handles being on them the entire time she was grinding. She is my little grinder monkey. She does a good job grinding. But yeah, like I said, overall, I'm not disappointed in these. They were well worth the money, 2 for the price of 1, and apparently these deals pop up fairly regularly. I also had a guy that I know come by and inform me that these are the lowest grade of DeWalts, and there are multiple different grades of DeWalts. But I mean, they work fine. They do what I need them to do. And they're angle grinders. You use them until they don't work anymore, and then you get another one if you can't easily fix it. So anyway, hope y'all got something out of this video, and hope you're staying warm this winter and had a happy new year. And y'all behave yourselves. And it's going?
Yes.
Are you sure it's
That's
going?
why I went.
Okay, Jewel does like this when it's time for me to talk. And it's a good thing she does, because if you want to subscribe to our homesteading channel, it's over here. And if you hadn't subscribed here, we're over here. And there'll be like a playlist. I never know exactly where it goes. That way. Down. And then there'll be a video maybe, down here. So anyway, check that out.